There is a reckoning that's happening in the collective right now, and I've been feeling it all afternoon. Um, I had wanted to make some extended Mercury retrograde readings because I was aware that this was going to be a pretty eventful one, especially being in the middle of eclipse season, or rather, eclipse season sort of being overlapping Mercury retrograde. But I haven't been able to. I tried, and the aphasia just would not do it. I spent some time writing down my impressions this afternoon, and I understand why I wasn't able to do the readings. There are some things that we have to experience and move through on our own. Spirit needs us to learn a lesson or be faced with something that is important for our soul's development. And I needed to just sort of sit back and let it happen. And it's happening, and I can still feel it. And I wrote down a lot about it as I was feeling it a couple hours ago, and it's a very heavy heart. There is grief. There's a lot of heavy grief. The grief is heavy because deep love also exists. It's like a if I related it to a tarot card, it's like a three of swords. There's a betrayal here. There's a betrayal. It's like being stabbed in the heart, right? And not even being stabbed in the back, but stabbed in the heart. But there's loss. I don't want to feel this way. Somebody's hiding it. Somebody's also really emotional. There's anger, there's fear, there's anxiety, there's tears, there's things that there's a block in the throat chakra still. There's trouble expressing oneself, remorse over not expressing oneself or being forthcoming, not wanting anyone to see this, not wanting anyone to know. As I've been sitting here in this energy and just breathing on my own every once in a while, I've had that weird ragged breathing that you get, like when you're crying, that kind of thing. I felt that shaking, anger, disappointment, incredulity, racing heart, powerlessness, and where I was feeling, it was very, very like a stab in the heart, and it was at the bottom of the heart, heavy heart, someone heavy like a 10-ton stone. Someone misjudged a situation, made a mistake. What have I done? I felt powerlessness, so felt that in the solar plexus, a weakness in the solar plexus, the unease in the gut, the anxiety, the gut twisting, also a weakness in the sacral chakra, which I think, this is a very, very heightened energy, very, very intense, heightened energy. And there's a lot of rumination over the past, racing thoughts over the past. And the weakness in the sacral chakra is it's like, how would I even fix this? It's like a blank when you're trying to figure out how to make something work. You're just drawing a blank. There's some panic as well and a realization. So this is a heavy reckoning, and it is about a betrayal. And I picked up my seed and sickle deck and shuffled, and two cards came out here. There's Poppy and there's Jasmine. And these are both, Jasmine is about betrayal, and Poppy is about grief. And there's a realization of something that we made a mistake around, and also about feelings that were kept suppressed or hidden. Life is full of little losses, be that of a relationship, small freedoms, times, or places, any number of things. These can build up, creating a barrier to moving forward and creating new connections. No matter how small or old these unresolved feelings may be, take them out and examine them. Enjoy their better memories and then move forward free of any negative feelings that might be holding you back. So, this is bringing up a lot. This reckoning is bringing up a lot, and I have a feeling it's tied to a lot more past experiences. It's not just about what's happening in the moment, but this is dredging up. This is dredging up past situations and bringing up a lot of hidden, suppressed stuff to the surface. And that's making it even more hard to handle. And I think a lot of the past rumination is, around regret, seeing things, understanding what we were seeing in the past, reflecting on signs or red flags or whatever that we had seen and ignored or dismissed. And it's such a hard energy. And it's not making me sad. I am it's not like this is my energy, but it feels like I want to just cry. And there's so much regret. There's so much remorse. This Jasmine card here, Jasmine, this is a love situation. This is a situation of love. And I'm not going to say this is about romantic love necessarily, but this is about a situation that you held a lot of love for people, someone that there was a lot of love for, a lot of affection. Please take that, as it resonates, but understand that in my readings, when I talk about things like love, love is a greater experience that we have with a heck of a lot more than just romantic partners. It is something that we share with friends, with family, with a lot of people. And it doesn't have to mean, I'm dating someone or married to someone. It doesn't have to be like that at all. And that's deliberate because love is very big, and unconditional love is, in my view, this is the original thought that created the universe. This is what is underlying everything. This is the energy of the divine, also, that unconditional love. The Jasmine story: in the Philippines, a couple prepare to part, the young man to his city and his bride to remain at home, worried he will fall in love with another. He gives her his dagger with a promise that if he does, she can kill him, but when he returns with a new wife, she plunges the knife into her own heart instead. There is betrayal. There is a sense of hopelessness that this situation cannot be repaired, cannot be fixed. But jasmine blooms during the night, releasing its sweetest scent when it is dark. Right now, you do not have to take action, only let yourself feel the hope that something beautiful will come out of this darkness. And in line with what I was saying in that Mercury retrograde reading, there is a lot of need to stop, pause, make space for this, and think about it. Not take action, not try to rush into doing something. If anything feels urgent, it's not. I mean, you may feel that way, but what you need to do is pause, reflect, even retreat, make room for yourself, make room to stop, think, reflect, and not necessarily solve a problem or fix a situation, but look further into what this lesson was about, because this is a lesson. This is something big, and it's also very uncomfortable, and I'm really, really sorry for that. Some little advice from spirit. We've got chamomile, which is about being gentle with oneself. We've got hawthorn, and we've got cornflower. This is really hard. This has been sort of a struggle. Again, don't be afraid to take time for yourself. Channel chamomile's soothing restorative properties. Really focus on self-care. You've come to this point because you've pushed yourself too far and too hard, and you're literally running on empty. This is the time. And I think there is Spirit is saying, you got to stop. This, you're running into a wall over and over. And I know this very well. I have been there myself. And you cannot, at some point, you have to take stock of where you are and your needs and your well being and really focus on that. And right now, I don't know that you have another choice. You need to slow down. This is time to slow down, not speed up, not try to make up for it, not try to compensate, but to stop and slow down and focus on self care. Confirmation with my email sound. Hawthorne. A lonely hawthorn stands on a hill, a gate to the other world hidden beneath its roots. Its vigil is a silent one, but there is a peace to be found in the knowledge that it guards something so valuable. Taking time to sit quietly or indulge in meditation is not a sign of laziness, and it's not. We get into this mindset that success and being successful means always doing, always working, always going, and the only thing that does is run us into the ground, especially if we're moving so quickly that we're not noticing what's happening, taking a step back and taking care of ourselves. Your value remains even when you're not being productive. So don't be hard on yourself for taking a break. And even if you can't see it, you know your own worth. This is reclaiming things for you. Cornflower here. This is reclaiming things for yourself and removing yourself from the things that have run you ragged, that have been a hamster wheel to nowhere. The cornflower reminds us that it is not a bad thing to be unique and stand out. What may seem out of place to some may be a source of great and unexpected beauty to others. It's time to examine why. It's time to examine why. This reckoning here is there for a reason, and it is about someone that we cared about, someone that we really held a lot of love for, and there was a betrayal. And there is a lot of grief and loss over this, and I think we ran ourselves ragged trying to avoid this, but there is no option now. And I think deep inside, there is something about your true identity, your authentic nature, your authentic self that was pushed aside or hidden in this situation. And so as you sit and take care of yourself and work to nurture yourself back to health and back to a better direction, look at the things that you have hidden or squashed down. There's that shadow work. What is it that is unique and inherently you that others told you was something you had to hide or put aside? Because I think that's at the root of this. And I am being told to stop here because that's enough information to go on. This is really about examining that within yourself and moving forward in a positive direction, in a direction of growth is going to be determined on you taking the time to do this. So I wish you well, and do understand that these points of grief, of massive change, of reckoning are something that we can leverage into transformation and growth. And I myself have done this repeatedly in my life through trauma after horrible experience after trauma, leaned in and leveraged that into healing and growth. And I hope that for you, it goes smoothly. Take care. Love you. Bye.